So let's take a look at how we might use the axes intercepts only to sketch some graphs of quadratics when they're being given to us in this factorised format. Now, the advantage of these factorised formats is you can find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts super quickly. So let's start with the x-intercepts of this one. Now, when it's in factorised form, we find this x-intercept when y is equal to 0. Now, we use the null factor law here, so we're working out when x plus 3 is equal to 0 and when x take 1 is equal to 0. So it's essentially the opposite signs of the numbers that we've got here. So our x-intercepts here are -3 and +1. Now for the y-intercept occurs when x is equal to 0. So essentially we're going to substitute 0 in every time we've got an x in our formula up here. So this will be y equals 2, 0 plus 3 will be just 3, 0 take 1 will be -1. So that's 2 times 3, which is 6, 6 times -1 is -6. So therefore our y-intercept occurs at -6. Now we can use this information now here to quickly sketch the quadratic. So if I was to sketch this quadratic, what I need to do is put the important information down. So I know that my x-intercepts are -3 and 1. I know my y-intercept occurs at -6. And now what I've got to do is draw a quadratic that goes through these 3 points. Now when you're sketching, it doesn't have to be exactly accurate as long as the important information is clear and the graph itself looks roughly where it should be. So the vertex occurs where it should roughly be and it's symmetrical on either side. So let's give it another go with this one just in here. Now step by step is to start with the x-intercepts. Now because it's in factorised form, the x-intercepts is going to occur when x minus 1 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So in this case, our x-intercepts are going to be +1 and +2. Now the y-intercept occurs when x is equal to 0. So we substitute 0 into the function above. So y is equal to -2, 0 take 1 will be -1, 0 take 2 will be -2, and then -2 times -1 will be +2, +2 times -2 will be -4. So therefore the y-intercept occurs at -4. So from here I now sketch a graph like I've done before, including the key points that I've identified, the key axes intercepts here. And what you can see now is I've sketched this quadratic here with the y-intercept and the two x-intercepts clearly indicated on the graph. So in summary, when you've been given the quadratic in factorised form, you can quickly produce a sketch of these quadratics by identifying where the x-intercepts occur first, by using your null factor law when y is equal to 0, then finding the y-intercept by making x equals 0 and finding out where the y-intercept occurs. You then clearly identify where these points are on the graph and you can produce a sketch of the quadratic from that.